Well, welcome back courtside to Kaplan Arena at the College of William and Mary. I'm Nathan Epstein here bringing you James Madison versus William and Mary, the 96th all-time meeting between these CAA rivals. Now, William and Mary this season, 11-4 on the regular season, 4-0 in conference play. The first time they've done that since 1997-98. If they want to go 5-0, which is something they've never done, they have a lot of work to do as William and Mary trails this one 45-28. For James Madison, it's Matt Lewis, the reigning CAA Rookie of the Week, that leads all scorers. Boy, did he have a solid first half. 19 points, a perfect 4 of 4 from three-point range, 6 of 7 from the field, and a perfect 3 of 3 from the free throw line, and that also included a 4-point play. For William and Mary, Nathan Knight, the two-time back-to-back CAA Player of the Year, leads the way with 9 points, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, 3 of 7 from the field. Behind him, Matt Milan, the transfer from Boston College, has 6 points. Now, he's the fourth best three-point shooter in the nation by percentage, makes about 53% of his three-point attempts, but he is 0 of 3 in this first half, only 3 of 6 from the field, as we're going to bring you back out to the floor at Kaplan Arena, as again, James Madison holds a 45-28 lead over William and Mary, a team that has won 4 straight in this series. They've won 8 of the last 10. They've won 4 straight inside this building. They've won 8 of the last 10, and again, they are perfect inside this building so far. So I'm going to turn this camera around. Actually, I only have one camera, so you're just going to have to turn the volume up and enjoy what we have here in the second half. James Madison huddles up on the left side as we are about to get the second half underway, as William and Mary is going to need a spark. They are the highest scoring team in the CAA, averaging 87 points a game. Right now, they're stuck on 28. One of the highest scoring teams in the nation. They're 12th best in the nation at 87 points a game. For William and Mary, back onto the floor, David Cohn, Connor Birchfield, Nathan Knight, Justin Pierce, and Matt Milan. For James Madison, it's Matt Lewis, the reigning CAA Rookie of the Week, with his 19 points, along with Ramon Snowden, and then standing in the corner, Stuckey Mosley, along with DeVell Phillips, the original 5 starters for James Madison University. And here comes Matt Lewis, left side, dribbling up against Connor Birchfield, and they throw the pass away. Milan with the steal. Milan going one-on-one, left hand, floaters up and good. James Madison right back to work as Milan, with his 8th point of the night, gets things back to within 15 for William and Mary. As James Madison back to work, Matt Lewis hands off to Ramon Snowden, and into the corner is Mosley. Back out Lewis, top of the key, guarded by Connor Birchfield. The Tribe still playing a little bit of zone. In the corner, the lefty, Stuckey Mosley, in and out, no good from 3. The outlet, David Cohn, as William and Mary trying to run. Underneath pass, Nathan Knight gets his man in the air. The block, DeVell Phillips, but he's whistled for the foul, and Nathan Knight is going to go to the line for 2 shots. Nathan Knight, the 2-time back-to-back CAA Player of the Week, got a little bit frustrated in that first half. 9 points, his average on the season, 19.8 points per game. That is second best in the CAA. And the lefty bends the knees, looking at the rim. The free throw is up and good. Nathan Knight, 8.5 rebounds per game. That is 7th in the CAA, but he only had 1 rebound in that first half. The inside game presenting Knight with a little bit of difficulty as the second free throw is up and good. And we are back to a 13-point game with 9:13 left to play as Matt Lewis back to work. David Cohn looking to pump up this crowd, trying to will this team back from a 13-point deficit. James Madison back to work, and it's stolen away. Here comes Cohn running with it right side. Matt Milan, 3-ball, and it's off the back of the rim. The bench was ready to explode. That 3 would have brought this back to within a single-digit game. Instead, it's James Madison who still leads it 45-32. And back for James Madison, Darius Banks, left side, guarded by Milan, takes the screen from Snowden. Back out to Lewis, right side, guarded by Birchfield. Puts the ball on the floor now, picks it up right side, and that to the rack is Stuckey Mosley, who took it baseline right side for the layup with the left hand, and it's back to a 15-point game. David Cohn back to work, hands off Connor Birchfield. Justin Pierce top of the key, bounce pass left side, Nathan Knight. Back out Justin Pierce right side. And he's going to pass it right side, Connor Birchfield. Down to the right block, Nathan Knight. No good on a layup, but he's whistled for the foul. Nathan Knight in attack mode so far in this first half. And he's going to go to the line with 8:14 left to play in this ball game. James Madison with a 47-32 advantage. And Nathan Knight, the extension, the free throw up and good. And that makes it 47-33 with 8:14 left to play. No substitutions on either side for William & Mary or for James Madison, as Nathan Knight's second free throw is up and good. He is perfect from the line so far this afternoon, a perfect 6 for 6. And again, the William & Mary defense trying to energize this crowd. Right side, back up top to Ramon Snowden, who tries to attack, gets it out to the corner left side. Darius Banks off the rim, no good. The rebound, Justin Pierce, and the outlet to David Cohn, far side, left side. Trying to attack, but he's guarded well by the Dukes. Back up top, Justin Pierce with 22 left to shoot. Pierce dribbling left side. David Cohn left alone from 3! David Cohn left side, and it's a 10-point game. William & Mary starting to come to life a little bit in this half, and James Madison, head coach Luis Rowe, wants a timeout. 17:32 left to play in the ball game, and James Madison has been outscored in this second half. William & Mary in the middle of a run.
Miss Scolari, please stand in the information booth to claim your prize. May that be sure to visit the information booth every game with your chance to win. You experience the CNF relationship review. Visit a CNF bank near you and let's develop a plan for you. CNF Bank, the only bank with headquarters in the local Williamsburg area.
$17:32 left to go in this second half, as William & Mary has started this second half on a 9-2 scoring run. James Madison still leads it by 10, 47-37 as Matt Lewis back to work for James Madison. William & Mary is going to stay in that zone. Matt Lewis dribbles left side in the corner to Mosley. Mosley back out top to Darius Banks. Banks over the head pass back to Lewis. Lewis puts it on the floor with 5 seconds to shoot. Tries to cross over Connor Birchfield. Out to the corner. Banks, 3. Yes, sir. Darius Banks knocks home the corner to silence the crowd, and it's back up to a 13-point edge. And that snaps a 9-2 scoring run for William & Mary. Justin Pierce bounced back on the left elbow to Nathan Knight. Nathan Knight up top, right side to Justin Pierce, and he'll bounce pass right back down to Nathan Knight. And Nathan Knight has been trying to really test this interior defense of William & Mary. 16:52 left, a non-shooting foul, so Matt Milan is going to inbound from the near sideline, near baseline, I should say, and he comes back out Nathan Knight, top of the key, and he'll chest pass to Connor Birchfield. Birchfield, Milan from the right side, 3 ball, yes, sir. Matt Milan, the 4th best three-point shooter in the country, connects for the first time tonight, and it's back to a 10-point game. William & Mary sticking around that zone as Matt Lewis attacks right side, hands off, and the jump shot from Dwight Wilson goes in and out, and David Cohn trying to attack and throws it away on the fast break. It's stolen away by Ramon Snowden, and James Madison back to work. Snowden left side wants the three, and he rattles it home. Snowden shooting 41% from three on the season, only his 16th make of the year, and it's back to a 13-point James Madison lead with 15:57 left to play. Justin Pierce on the left side, back up Nathan Knight, top of the key. Right-hand dribble, tries to attack, and he's fouled yet again. Nathan Knight clapping his hands, knows he's been getting the best of the James Madison Dukes the last several possessions. Hasn't led to as many points as he'd like, but it's still a 13-point game and still 15:50 left to play as we're inside Kaplan Arena, where James Madison looking to hold serve, trying to stay perfect on this CAA season.
Now, catering for entertaining packages. Visit us at jamesdeli.com. Download our mobile app. Check us out on Facebook. Fans is now time for the 5-man minute contest, where two lucky fans will play against each other and the clock. They'll have the opportunity to shoot a 1-point layup, 2-point free throw, and 4-point That's the score of most runs in 60 seconds. We'll win a try basketball jersey.
Hi, how are you?
Finally, visiting
Ready to start?
is Richard.
Okay.
One of the home bench is Cole. Are you ready? On your mark, get set, and go. We got 20 seconds left. 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Congratulations to both our contestants. Pretty well, and thank you for participating in the
Welcome back to Kaplan Arena, where William & Mary with the ball trails by 13, 53-40. Matt Milan inside, kicks it out. David Cohn thought about the three with 12 seconds left to shoot, but gets it back out. Nathan Knight underhand passes to Cohn, and Cohn back Birchfield. Birchfield right side, looks to attack, and thought about putting it up. Got caught in the air, but gets his own miss, and the shot clock runs out on William & Mary. That was one sloppy possession coming out of a timeout for the Tribe, who still trail it by 13. 53-40 with 15:29 left to play in this game. One thing we have not seen in the second half is Matt Lewis. The rookie, the CAA Rookie of the Week, had 19 points in this first half, and here he is with the ball, trying to keep James Madison in the lead. Matt Lewis, left side, guarded by Matt Milan. Lobs it on the inside, and a foul called on DeVell Phillips. That one on Matt Milan. Excuse me, that is on Nathan Knight, and that is going to be his second foul of the ball game as Darius Banks inbounds it, lobs it over everybody to Ramon Snowden, and he gets it right side to Lewis. Lewis looking to attack Knight, gets it back outside, Stuckley Mosley. Mosley back outside Banks, left side baseline, puts up the layup with a lot of contact, and one. They're going to say it was a blocking foul. A lot of contact as a lot of bodies hit the floor, but in the end, it's a potential three-point play for Darius Banks. Darius Banks, the freshman guard, 6'5", 225 pounds, out of St. Petersburg, Florida, making his 16th start of the year, 9.3 points per game, shoots 83% from the free throw line. And here, if that percentage holds up, he can make it a 16-point game for James Madison, who leads at 55-40 with a free throw pending and a stoppage in play here, as the officials had a bit of a word with a couple of players. And more substitutions on the way for the College of William & Mary. Nathan Knight is going to take a seat now with 3 fouls, and that is a big loss for William & Mary, losing the 2-time back-to-back conference player of the week back into the game. is Cole Harrison, the graduate forward, 6'11", 252 pounds. Again, he's played in 14 games, but does not average a lot of minutes. But here he is with 15 minutes left in the game as David Cohn attacks right side, kicks it out. Connor Birchfield, left side, off the front of the iron, no good. And the ball out of bounds will go to James Madison University. Connor Birchfield, the second best three-point shooter in the nation, has just not been able to find the stroke. And you can credit that to some excellent James Madison defense, but he has not been able to connect on a couple of good looks as well. Again, he shoots almost 55% from three, good for second best in the nation. As back goes Banks attacking on the inside, layup no good from Ramon Snowden. Took the pass from Banks on the left side and could not finish from point blank range. And William & Mary dodges a bullet there with James Madison still leading by 16, 56-40. David Cohn barking out the signals from the front court as he just gets it across the timeline, dribbling with a left hand. 14:30 left to play in the ball game, and 56-40, James Madison lead. Right side, Matt Milan. Bounce passes inside, Justin Pierce attacks, puts up the layup with the right hand. Too strong off the back, and Matt Lewis with the rebound. Behind the back dribble, gets it out. Mosley now in the corner, Darius Banks for a three, off the back of the iron, no good. And the ball tipped out of bounds, and it's going to go to William & Mary. Darius Banks had a wide open look from the corner and just could not find it. That would have made it a 19-point James Madison advantage. Instead, William & Mary still hanging around. As now more substitutions on the way as Justin Pierce will take a seat for William & Mary. Justin Pierce, no points in this ball game, 0 for 2 from the line, or from the field, I should say. As into the game now for William & Mary comes Paul Rowley, and he inbounds to David Cohn. David Cohn, the senior point guard, who is Mr. Run and Gun, really has not been able to get this offense humming. Connor Birchfield, pass on the inside. Harrison, reverse layup. He missed point blank, gets his own miss, and puts it back up with the left hand. A little shake of the head. Couldn't believe he missed the first time, but second time's a charm as he has his first points of the ball game, and they are two huge ones as William & Mary back to within 14. In the corner right side, Stuckley Mosley has it. Bounce past DeVell. DeVell attacks to the double team. And DeVell Phillips, the reverse layup is up and good. James Madison gets those 2 points right back after Harrison cut into the lead. And David Cohn looking to attack is grabbed from Ramon Snowden. They're going to say kick on Snowden, and that is his second foul of the ball game. Team's fifth foul of the ball game with 13:27 left to go. Matt Milan will inbound from the near baseline, and he lobs it over to Harrison right side. Puts it on the floor left hand, now picks up his dribble left side to Raleigh. Raleigh takes the screen from Harrison and back out to David Cohn, top of the key, guarded by Matt Lewis. Crossover dribble, he'll stop, pop from the top of the key, no good. David Cohn unable to find the range, and it's still a 16-point lead for James Madison with Matt Lewis trying to slow down the pace a little bit. Thumbs up, signaling towards the bench. James Madison looking for their first conference win of the season, looking to get it against a rival who's won 8 of the last 10 in this series. And Snowden attacks right side. A lot of bodies hit the floor. They're going to say that was a blocking foul on Cole Harrison. He gets right back up. No, they're going to say that was actually on Raleigh. Interesting as it was Cole Harrison who took the contact and hit the floor. Team foul number 3 as Harrison will head to the line, and Oliver Todd will head back into the game, the senior from Slovakia. Tony Shaver, the head coach, talks glowingly about him, saying he may not hit a lot of stats on the stat sheet, but he does a lot of the little things as Matt Lewis, right side, looking for the three, can't find it off the side of the iron. David Cohn looking to run far side. Up the sideline, left side. Now a bounce pass left side to Nathan Knight. Nathan Knight attacks. A lot of contact. Missed the layup. No good. And the bench for William & Mary screaming for a foul. They're not going to get it. 12:30 left to play in the ball game. James Madison with a 58-42 lead. Out right side, Matt Lewis had 19 points the first half. Still looking for his first points of the second half. Snowden hands off to Banks. Darius Banks. The pass to DeVell Phillips, who flushes it home with a two-hand jam on the beautiful pass from Darius Banks. 60-42, James Madison leads. Raleigh looking to respond with a three. Too short off the front of the iron. And William & Mary holding up his fist. Rather, I should say Tony Shaver, the head coach, holding up his fist, calling out the play. And now we're approaching 11 minutes left to play in this game. Tony Shaver clapping his hands trying to implore his team to grab a stop. DeVell Phillips has it, top of the key, and he'll hands off. No, he'll keep it. Thought he was going to hand off to Darius Banks. Instead, hands off to Matt Lewis. Lewis attacks, drop step, turns around, fadeaway jump shot. No good. That was ugly. Almost missed everything off the back of the iron. And a bounce pass from David Cohn, left side, Oliver Tott. Oliver Tott back down low, Nathan Knight. Nathan Knight working on DeVell Phillips and works around, layup no good, gets his own miss and 2 whistles. And they're going to say that's a foul on James Madison. And that is on Darius Banks, his first foul of the game, and a bit of a sarcastic round of applause from the William & Mary crowd, who wanted some kind of a foul after a lot of contact the last several possessions. It's 60-42. James Madison leads it with 11:17 left to play.
Fans direct their attention to the court for the Kiskiak Golf Club Membership Madness Putting Challenge. Our contestant tonight is Drew. Drew, Kansas, has taken up a free 1-year membership to Kiskiak Golf Club. All right, fans, let's hear it for Drew. Drew's going to take one more shot. A 1-year membership to Kiskiak Golf Club. Big thanks to our contestant Drew, just as Ryan, you earned a free portion. The winner of Kiskiak Golf Club. And book your key time today at KiskiakGC.com. Don't forget about the new Foot Golf Course.
James Madison, looking for their first conference win of the year, leads William & Mary 60-42. Their rivals from William & Mary have won 8 of the last 10 in this series, and the last 4 straight inside this building as Nathan Knight attacks with the left hand. Can't get the layup to fall, but he's whistled for the foul, and he's going to go to the line with 11:10 left to go. William & Mary won their last matchup against James Madison 84-76 just 10 days ago. That was in Harrisonburg, and in that game, James Madison led that one by 14 points in the first half as Nathan Knight connects on his first of 2 free throws to cut into the James Madison lead. Still a 17-point advantage for the Dukes, 60-43. Nathan Knight's second free throw is up and good. Nathan Knight, a perfect 8 of 8 from the free throw line. He's the leading scorer for William & Mary at 15 points. As Matt Lewis, back to work for James Madison, had 19 points in the first half. Hasn't really been attacking as much, but still no more points to show in the second half for the reigning CAA Rookie of the Week. Stuckley looking to attack with the left hand, and he has it rejected by Nathan Knight. Nathan Knight, second in the CAA in blocked shots. And wasn't going to allow anything on the inside on that drive by Stucky Mosley, who now has it top of the key, back right side to Matt Lewis. 5 seconds left to shoot on the shot clock. Guarded well by Cohn. Has to put up a desperation heave. Too short off the front of the iron, and Nathan Knight comes away with the rebound. Outlet, David Cohn, who's running. David Cohn finds Raleigh. Raleigh back out top of the key. Nathan Knight, who slows things down. Some fancy dribbling, now gets it Oliver Tott. Oliver Tott puts it on the floor. Corner, left side, David Cohn, and it's just off the back of the iron. No good. He had an excellent look at it as Mosley running with it, almost stolen away by David Cohn on the right side. Instead, it goes out of bounds and will stay with James Madison. 10:19 left to go. It's a 16-point James Madison lead, 60-44. As James Madison inbounding from the corner, far side, left side, right in front of their own bench. And it comes to Stuckey Mosley on the inside. Great defense by Justin Pierce back into the game for William & Mary, but a little bit too physical as he's called for the foul, and that is going to send Ramon Snowden to the line. Snowden with 7 points on the afternoon, 3 of 4 from the field, 1 of 1 from beyond the arc, but going to the line for the first time on the afternoon. 10-14 left to go in the game, and the extension, and off the back of the iron, no good. He's 0 for 1 from the free throw line. Ramon also has 2 rebounds in this game. Tony Shaver content to stay with the 5 players he has on the court right now. Oliver Todd, Nathan Knight, David Cohn, Justin Pierce, and who is that right there? That is Paul Rowley, excuse me. 10-11 left to go in the game as James Madison leads at 61-44. The second free throw was good. Nathan Knight has it left wing, guarded by Zach Jacobs, and now back out Rowley left side. Looks for Oliver Todd, top of the key. Guarded by Darius Banks. He'll find Rowley in the corner, left side for 3, no good. And the rebound, though, Justin Pierce tracks it down. David Cohn attacks right side, baseline, finds Rowley, but before he did, there was a blow of a whistle. And Rowley decided to shoot the shot anyway from 3, got it to fall, and everybody just sort of exhales, couldn't believe it because they can't find anything to fall during the game, but the whistle had already blown, so free ball will not count. But David Cohn goes to the line as David Cohn looking for a free throw, rattles it home, the front end of a 1-and-1, so he's going to stay right at the line with a chance to make it a 15-point game. James Madison leads it 61-45. And for Cohn, that's only his 8th point of the night, averages around 13 points a night. But really what James Madison has been able to do has been shut down his offense with regards to assists. He's the leading assist man in the CAA, comes in averaging almost 7 a night, and only has 3 so far. The crowd coming to life a little bit here at Kaplan Arena as underneath Jacobs can't find the dunk, but that's going to be a foul on William & Mary, and the fan base here does not like it. That's the 15th foul, and that's Zach Jacobs going to the line, a 78% free throw shooter. Lewis with only 2 points on the night, looking for his 3rd, and it's up and good. And the lead back 62-46 for James Madison. More substitutions on the way. 2 of the top 3-point shooters in the nation are back into the game for William & Mary. Matt Milan, the transfer guard from Boston College, and Connor Birchfield, the senior from Concord, North Carolina. Leads the CAA, does Connor Birchfield in 3-point shooting percentage, 54.5%. But Birchfield still trying to find the range as the second free throw was good, so it's a 63-46 lead. Raleigh pump fakes inside, attacks with the right hand, and has that blocked away by Zach Jacobs. A whistle and a foul. They're going to say that one is on Zach Jacobs, so that'll send Raleigh to the line. That was team foul number 5 for James Madison, and Rowley looking for his 7th and 8th points of the night if he can convert on both. Only averages 5.5 points per game, so he's already over that tonight. Doesn't average a lot of points, but averages a lot of minutes. Another one of those role players that you'll see a lot for head coach Tony Shaver, who's on the sideline, clapping, trying to pump up his guys a little bit, who still have a lot of work to do, down 63-46 with 9:26 left to play in the game. Raleigh, the 6'8", 205-pound junior, connects on the first of 2 free throws. Doesn't get to the line a whole lot this year either, as these are his 6th and 7th free throws all season. And now into the game, Greg Jones, the freshman forward from Richmond, Virginia, for James Madison, as Stuckey Mosley had the top of the key, guarded by Milan, and now he'll give it right back Jones. Jones right side, Ramon Snowden. Snowden now puts it on the floor, back to Mosley. Mosley guarded by David Cohn. Cohn finds Darius Banks left side. Banks back out to Stuckey Mosley. Mosley takes the screen from Jones and now guarded by Milan with 8 seconds left to shoot. Tries to crossover dribble, and Milan still staying right there. Excellent defense for 3. Ramon Snowden, no good. And the rebound comes to Nathan Knight. Outlet, Connor Birchfield. Connor Birchfield looking for somebody, can't find anybody. Now finds Nathan Knight, top of the key, left side. David Cohn, who puts the ball on the floor, now finds Birchfield right side. Birchfield attacks, gets it, tries to get it back outside to Matt Milan, but it's tipped out of bounds by Darius Banks, but it'll stay with William and Mary. 15 seconds to shoot, 8:40 left to go in the ball game. 63-48. It's a 15-point advantage for James Madison University as David Cohn will inbound from the corner right side. And he finds Matt Milan, guarded by Darius Banks, top of the key, 13 seconds left to shoot. Milan crossover, gets it Raleigh, top of the key, thought about the 3, now gets it inside Nathan Knight. Spins, left hand, no good, but the foul is called on James Madison. And Nathan Knight is going to go back to the line where he has found a ton of success tonight. He is a perfect 8 of 8 from the free throw line. He's going to shoot too. I'm wondering if I just gave him the sportscaster jinx. We're going to find out here in just a second. And not yet anyway, as he makes the first one. 63-49. James Madison leads it with 8:30 left to go. And that's now 16 points for Nathan Knight, leads William and Mary. Nathan Knight connects on the second, and he is still perfect from the free throw line. Does William and Mary have a comeback left in them? They're down 13 on defense. James Madison back for the Dukes. As Darius Banks has it left side, guarded by Connor Birchfield, now gets it out. Zach Jacobs right side, and he hands off Ramon Snowden, back out to Jones, and Jones gives it to Mosley. Mosley left side 3. Bad miss. Missed the rim, banked it off the backboard, and Cohn has it on the rebound right side. And Cohn finds Nathan Knight. Pump fakes, now gets it out. Justin Pierce. Pierce looking for Knight underneath, and it's tipped away by Ramon Snowden, and James Madison has the turnover. Back the other way, Stuckey Mosley right side, rather left side, gets it out Snowden, and he gives it Darius Banks right side with 20 seconds to shoot. 7:49 left to go in the ball game. Zach Jacobs, left side, three-pointer, almost banked it in, but it's rebounded by Connor Birchfield. The outlet, David Cohn. David Cohn, a little stutter step, attacking right side, hands off Justin Pierce. No good layup, but the foul is called, and that is going to send Justin Pierce to the line. 7:36 left to play in the game, and William and Mary looking to make one final charge. Can James Madison hold on for their first conference win of the year? We'll have more in just a little bit. James Madison leads it.
Giveaway nation. A Madison now live with a Bayport buzzer beater presented by Bayport Credit Union. Our contestant tonight is Chris, who will have 10 seconds to keep the buzzer by moving around the cone to make a shot before time runs out. Here's Chris on your mark, get set, and go. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice round of applause for playing Bayport buzzer beater.
William and Mary at the line looking to cut into this James Madison lead. The Dukes lead at 63-50 over their rivals in Williamsburg. William and Mary is a perfect 6-0 inside this building this season, trying to keep that intact. They've also won 4 straight against James Madison inside this building as Justin Pierce connects on the free throw to make it a 12-point James Madison lead. Justin Pierce, his first free throw of the night is good, looking for his second make. And it's up and off the back of the iron, no good. So he's 1 for 2 as the rebound comes down to Ramon Snowden. Ramon Snowden with his third rebound of the night. And William & Mary crowd trying to will their team back into this game. They trail it by 12 on the inside. Devell Phillips working on Nathan Knight. Now has to pick up his dribble back out to Matt Lewis. Matt Lewis guarded by Connor Birchfield, left side. Stucky Mosley. Mosley lost it off his own foot out of bounds. It'll go by way of William & Mary. He lost it with 5 seconds on the shot clock. And now we're going to find out where James Madison is mentally. Again, they're one of the 3 youngest teams in the nation. Can they hold on when things start to get a little sticky? And left side, Matt Milan, a whistle, and they're going to say offensive foul, an illegal screen set by Nathan Knight. And that is going to be his 4th foul. The leading scorer for William & Mary has 4 fouls now, still with 7 minutes left to play. And it looks like Coach Tony Shaver's not going to take any chances. For now, Nathan Knight is going to hit the bench as Paul Rowley is back into the game. Rowley with 8 points on the night, which is above his average. So Rowley playing well, 2 of 6 from the field, 2 of 6 from beyond the arc. And back for the James Madison Dukes comes Stucky Mosley, guarded by David Cohn, top of the key, left-handed pass to Darius Banks underneath. To Devell Phillips, working on Rowley, and they're going to say Rowley pushed off with the right hand, and that is going to be a foul, and here come the boos. Tony Shaver pleading his case with the officials. He didn't like the call. And it's a 1-and-1 situation for Devell Phillips. Devell Phillips, though, if there's anybody for William & Mary that you want on the line, it's Devell Phillips. He's only a 66% free throw shooter. Right-handed free throw shot is up and no good. Off the back of the iron, the rebound, Justin Pierce, outlet to David Cohn. So still life for William & Mary, down by 12, 6:38 left to go. The highest scoring team in the CAA has to get busy and has to start scoring. Justin Pierce, left-handed dribble. He'll stop and pop from the left elbow, well short, and rebounded by Ramon Snowden for James Madison. Clock ticking away. James Madison trying to hold on for that first conference win of the season. They are 0-4 and 0-4 against William & Mary in this building over the last 4 years. Left side, Stucky Mosley guarded by Birchfield, and now finds Lavelle Phillips. The crowd thought he walked, and he might have 9 seconds left on the shot clock. Mosley lobs it over to Phillips, guarded by Rowley, and working on Rowley inside, and now he walked. So now the crowd's going to get what they want, and it's a turnover. Under 6 minutes left to play. 63-51. William & Mary leads it. (63-51). James Madison leads it, I should say, as left side Connor Birchfield has it. He'll give it to Justin Pierce, and Pierce back top of the key to David Cohn. David Cohn underhanded pass to Birchfield, back to Cohn. Left side, dribbles with the right hand and tries to put up the layup. He hits the floor. No foul and no good on the layup as Darius Banks has it left side for James Madison. 5:33 left to go, and James Madison still with a 12-point lead, 63-51. Matt Lewis, no points in the first half after scoring 19 in the No points in the second half after scoring 19 in the first half. Took the layup to the rack, no good. Rebounded by Raleigh, and that's going to be a frustration foul on Matt Lewis, who has his hands on his hips, maybe getting a little bit of frustrated. Really did whatever he wanted to in the first half. 6 of 10 shooting so far, 4 or 5 from three-point range for Lewis, the reigning CAA Rookie of the Week. 63-51. James Madison leads it with 5:20 left to go. And William & Mary is now in the bonus, so that'll send Raleigh to the free throw line with a chance to cut into this lead. Raleigh has played very well here tonight, and his first free throw is up, and it rattles in. And with 5:20 left to go, Nathan Knight is coming back into the ballgame, replacing Justin Pierce. Justin Pierce with no points on the night. Nathan Knight, however, leads the team with 17 points. Only 4 rebounds, but he is a perfect 10 of 10 from the free throw line. Raleigh's second free throw rolls around and pops out. So 5:17, the clock ticking away. James Madison trying to hold on for their first conference win of the season. And left side, Devell Phillips. And Darius Banks attacking baseline left side. He's whistled for the foul, and I believe that was Connor Birchfield. No, they're going to say that was Matt Milan, his second on the afternoon, and that is going to send Darius Banks to the free throw line. Darius Banks, 83% shooter from the line, a 1-and-1, and it is pure. Darius Banks now with 14 points on the night. Banks averages 9.3 points a game, and he's good on his second free throw. So that's 65-52. James Madison leads it. With 5 minutes left to play, David Cohn across the timeline, gets the screen from Nathan Knight, and now crosses over. David Cohn thought about the three, now bounce passes underneath. Nathan Knight with the right hand, no good. It rimmed in and out, and the ball out of bounds. They're going to say it's staying with William and Mary. Nathan Knight tried to grab his own rebound, tried to go back up with it. It was swatted out of bounds by the purple and gold, so they're going to inbound again. Matt Milan to Nathan Knight. Nathan Knight looking to attack with the right hand. Stops and goes up with the right hand, and he gets it to fall. 19 points now for Nathan Knight, tied for the game high. William and Mary fan base on their feet. Devell Phillips, left side, hands it off. Darius Banks. Banks back out to Snowden. Snowden hands off, and Phillips has it now left side. Phillips back to Matt Lewis. Matt Lewis guarded well by Connor Birchfield. 10 seconds to shoot. Crossover dribble, now has it left wing. Now trying to attack with the right side. Finds Darius Banks in the corner right side. Up with the layup, no good. A whistle, though, and a foul. And they're going to say that's on Connor Birchfield, his first of the night. Birchfield has not found the range, only 3 points on the afternoon. The second best three-point shooter in the country is 1 of 4 from beyond the arc, and he's now bent over, has his hands on his knees, looks like he might be out of breath a little bit, as William and Mary is going to have to use whatever last gasp of air they have for one more charge. They have it in them as the second free throw is up and good. Both are good, and it's back up to a 13-point lead now with 4:15 left to play. 25 seconds on the shot clock for David Cohn. Spin move on the inside. That was pretty. And David Cohn showing some athleticism, getting it on the inside, and that's an 11-point advantage for James Madison. Screened well by Ramon Snowden as James Madison comes back to work. Under 4 minutes left to play as Matt Lewis gives it to Devell Phillips. Phillips hands it off to Stuckley. And now right side, Darius Carter on the right wing, guarded by Rowley. Phillips giving the screen, but Darius Banks doesn't take it. On the inside pass, and the stop. Devell Phillips sends it home with a thunderous two-hand jam. Nathan Knight looking to respond on Phillips. The layup, no, but the foul is whistled on Phillips. Ramon Snowden holding his hand up, trying to plead his case, trying to maybe work a little sportsmanship there, as looking to take the foul for himself, but instead it's Devell Phillips with his fourth foul of the night. 69-56. James Madison leads it with 3:31 left to play and a timeout on the floor.
The ball set for the Visit 5athletics.com. Purchase your tickets today. Now, fans, please welcome back to the court, the William and Mary cheerleaders.
Nathan Knight at the free throw line. He is now tied for the game high with 19 points, looking for the high by himself with 20. First free throw is up and good. Nathan Knight, a perfect 11 for 11 from the free throw line. James Madison leads it 69 to 56 with 3:30 left to go in the game, and his second free throw is up and good. Nathan Knight, 12 of 12 from the free throw line. William & Mary has cut it to an 11-point game, but only 3.5 left to play. James Madison trying to hold on for their first conference win of the year. They are 0-4, 4-13 overall. A very young team. Can they hold on as Matt Lewis picks up his dribble top of the key? He handed it off Stuckley, but now gets it right back, and now Snowden has it left side. William & Mary in the zone. Matt Lewis, first 3 attempt of the game, or the second half, is no good. Lewis still stuck on 19, all of which was scored in the first half. And David Cohn has it back. Now 3 minutes left to play. Nathan Knight back to Cohn, and a whistle and a foul. And that is going to be on James Madison with 2:57 left to play. And that'll send William & Mary to the free throw line. And that is going to send Connor Birchfield to the free throw line. And if you're James Madison, that's the guy you don't want at the free throw line. The best three-point shooter in the nation. Has had one of the top percentages in the NCAA the last several years. And the first one almost rimmed out, but then again fell, shaking his head. Connor Birchfield just really has not found the range tonight, but he certainly has it as his second free throw is up and good. And it's back to a single-digit lead. William & Mary faithful on their feet, 69-60. James Madison still with the lead, trying to hold on. Stucky Mosley has it left side. William & Mary in the zone. Mosley finds Snowden right side and back out to Mosley. Mosley looking to attack. Finds Snowden left side. Attacks baseline. Inside, Phillips jams it. But they say there's a foul on William & Mary. And if that is on Nathan Knight, he is done for the night. And that is it. The leading scorer in the ball game has just fouled out. Nathan Knight is going to have to head to the bench with 20 points, and that is a dagger for William & Mary, who is trying to make one last desperation charge. Nathan Knight, head slumped over, untucks his shirt, and now strolls back over to the bench to an applause from this William & Mary crowd. Nathan Knight leaves the game with 20 points. 12 of 12 from the free throw line. He did connect on his only three-point attempt of the afternoon, but that is a monstrous loss for William & Mary as Snowden connects on his first free throw after the foul called. Attack the baseline left side, and Nathan Knight pleading that he was nowhere in the area as Snowden's second free throw is up and no good. So it's a 10-point game, still 2.5 left to play. Connor Birchfield back to David Cohn. David Cohn dribbling right side. Raleigh, 3-ball, left, right side, and that is good. It's a 7-point advantage for James Madison. There's still life for the green and gold. Matt Lewis, Stucky Mosley, left side. William & Mary in the zone, right side. Matt Lewis, bounce back. Darius Banks back out. Lewis guarded by David Cohn. Now Stuckley. Stuckley lobs it underneath. DeVell Phillips gets the pass and lobs it up and in for the layup. And that'll silence the crowd back up to a 9-point lead with under 2 minutes left to play. David Cohn guarded by Lewis. Crossing over finds Raleigh. Excuse me, that's Justin Pierce left side. Now it's Raleigh top of the key guarded by DeVell Phillips. And Phillips whistle for the foul. And that may be it for Phillips. If it is indeed on number 12. And it is. So we have seen our second player foul out of the night. Phillips has had a couple of dunks tonight, and Phillips leaves the game now with his 5th foul, and that will send William & Mary to the free throw line. Into the game replacing Phillips will be Greg Jones, the freshman guard out of Richmond, Virginia. Greg Jones listed as a guard, but 6'7", 220 pounds. Only averages 1.5 points a game. And is only 3 of 5 from the free throw line this year, so that is going to come into play when you consider William & Mary deciding on who they want to foul, as Raleigh to the line knocks down his first free throw. And we are down to an 8-point game, 1:38 left to play. James Madison leads it 72-64 as Raleigh's second free throw. He knew it right away. It was no good, off the front of the iron. And now William & Mary might have to start thinking about fouling as the ball into the hands of Stuckey Mosley, right side, coming up the sideline. Justin Pierce looking for the double team. Now out Snowden, left side, Matt Lewis. Matt Lewis guarded by Raleigh. 15 seconds left to shoot. Looks like William & Mary's going to play a little defense here. 10 seconds left. James Madison leads it 72-64. Lewis looked like he may have carried the ball. They didn't call it. And the rebound after the layup missed comes to Connor Birchfield. In the corner, Matt Milan, right side. Milan looking for his shot, hasn't found it all night. Over to Birchfield, pass too low, and it's thrown away with under a minute left. William & Mary is going to have to start fouling now. And here comes the foul. David Cohn reaches into the pocket of Stuckey Mosley, and that'll send him to the line with 54 seconds left to play. And it looks like a lot of William & Mary quite don't have the faith that the comeback is here as the mass exodus begins. The stands starting to clear out. It's a 72-64 lead for James Madison as they are 54 seconds away from their first conference win of the year. As the first free throw is up and good, makes it a 9-point game. James Madison has not won in this building since 2013. Second free throw is no good, and the rebound comes to Raleigh. Running it up the right side, picks up his dribble. Oh, they're going to say he walked with it. Raleigh staring down the official, doesn't quite like the call, but it gives the ball right back to James Madison. 73-64. The Purple and Gold lead it with 50 seconds left to play. And Snowden to inbound from the sideline, nearest to me, to my right, and he finds Stuckey Mosley on the opposite end, and it's stolen away. Birchfield, other end, layup, good. 73-66, and now full court pressure coming. Matt Lewis has it, and he is fouled immediately by Birchfield, who maybe didn't intend to foul him as quickly as he did. Maybe trying to get it into the hands of the less capable free throw shooters. But that's going to send Matt Lewis to the free throw line. Matt Lewis scored 19 points in the first half of this ball game, has not scored since. And now Matt Lewis back to the free throw line with 43 seconds left to play. James Madison leading by 7, 73-66. His first free throw is up and no good. So whatever magic Lewis had in the first half, he has been unable to reclaim in the second. And credit William & Mary's defense, and his second free throw is up, and that one over the front of the rim and good. Back to an 8-point game, and David Cohn, left side up the sideline, and looking for somebody, now drives it baseline left side, a lot of contact, reverse layup is good, and it's down to a 6-point game. 36 seconds left to play, down to a 2-possession game for William & Mary. 36 seconds left, but the most important factor in this one is that Nathan Knight, back-to-back conference player of the week, the sophomore forward for William & Mary, has fouled out with 20 points, 12 of 12 from the free throw line, and 1 of 1 from three-point range. So he's your leading rebounder, he's your leading shot blocker, and he can provide a bit of a spark from beyond the arc as well, and he is now sitting on the bench with 5 fouls out of the game. For James Madison, the leading scorer still is Matt Lewis with 19 points, but he has been, now with 20 points, but he has been stuck on 19, that free throw that he just made a second ago, his first point of the second half after scoring 19 in the first half. So the full court pressure coming from William & Mary as Ramon Snowden got an inbound from the baseline to my right. James Madison working from right to left. Snowden looking for somebody and now finds Stuckey Mosley, double team, and almost loses it. And now a scram for it, and William & Mary has it. Milan underneath the layup, no, but he's going to go to the free throw line with a chance to make this a 4-point game. William & Mary turning up the defensive intensity here. They are still in this. 27 seconds left to play. James Madison leads it 74-68, and Matt Milan, the 88% free throw shooter, is at the free throw line with a chance to make it a 4-point game. David Cohn talking things over, the point guard for William & Mary with his head coach Tony Shaver. And what a job this team has done on Matt Lewis. The freshman guard for James Madison held to just 1 point in the second half. Looking up at the scoreboard, he's had his hands either on his knees or on his hips the entire second half, winded, trying to find any opening. And William & Mary's defense has really done a phenomenal job. 27 seconds left, 74-68. James Madison leads. Matt Milan at the line for William & Mary. His first free throw is up, and it is good. So it's down to a 5-point game. Milan can make it a 4-point game with one more make here. And he does. And now the full-court pressure coming again. William & Mary got the steal the last time. Into the game for William & Mary. Number 12, Luke Louis. Listen to this crowd. Ramon Snowden doing the inbounding for James Madison. And here comes the full-court pressure. Into the inbounds comes to Stuckey Mosley. They find Greg Jones, and he is fouled immediately. But if there's anybody you want to foul, we were just talking about it for William & Mary, it is Greg Jones. He's a freshman. He's played in all 16 games, but no starts, only averages 1.5 points a game, has only attempted 5 free throws all season, has made good on 3 of them. So we're going to see what kind of cold blood is running through his veins now. 2 bounces of the ball, and his first free throw is off the mark. Justin Pierce waving his hands up in the air for William & Mary, trying to get this crowd jacked up. It's a 4-point game with 23 seconds left to play. And Tony Shaver calls a timeout. It's a 30-second timeout. He wants to talk things over. So let's recap some things here. First half, James Madison built a 20-point lead and looked to be running away with this thing. They led it 45-28 at the half. William & Mary opened things up with a 9-2 run to start the second half. You thought that the highest scoring team in the CAA and the 12th best scoring team in the nation might make things interesting, but credit James Madison. They made the shots when it counted. DeVell Phillips with a couple of dunks. Darius Banks playing very well for James Madison. And they really held William & Mary at bay, and William & Mary couldn't convert on a couple of open looks. So it's now down to a 4-point game. James Madison leads it 74-70. Greg Jones, the freshman at the line, with 23 seconds left. Jones, the second free throw, no good. 22 seconds left. Here comes David Cohn, right side dribbling, takes it to the rack. A lot of contact, no. The rebound and the putback. Justin Pierce, we got a 2-point game with 15 seconds left to play. David Cohn took it right to the rack. It was no good, but Justin Pierce, Johnny on the spot, there to put it right back with 15 seconds left to play. All the pressure on James Madison. The youngest, one of the youngest teams in the country, trying to hold on for dear life, leading 74-72. The crowd chanting, "Let's go Tribe." William & Mary trailed by as many as 20 in this game. They trailed by as many as 8 just a couple of seconds ago, but the full court pressure and knowing who to foul has William & Mary back in this thing, only down by 2. (74-72). James Madison still leads it, and they have possession of the ball. They're going to be inbounding onto the floor for James Madison. It's going to be Zach Jacobs inbounding. Excuse me. It's going to be Ramon Snowden inbounding. Zach Jacobs into the game. 15 seconds left. Snowden can run the baseline. Stands where he is, and a foul called before the inbounds, and that one is going to be, it looks like, on Justin Pierce. He fouled trying to see if it was Matt Lewis or if it was Stuckey Mosley. It looks like it's Stuckey Mosley. Mosley going to the line, looking to make this a 3 or a 4-point game. Justin Pierce trying to urge the fan base on. First free throw is up and good. Stuckey Mosley, the redshirt junior guard, a player with experience, shoots 84% from the line. He's not who you want at the line if you're William & Mary. His second free throw is up and no good. 15 seconds left. William & Mary can tie it with a 3. David Cohn hands off Matt Milan, almost lost it. 8 seconds left. Second, Milan, 3, in and out, and back in! Matt Milan has just tied it up with 3 seconds left. 2 seconds. Stuckley loses the ball, and we're going to overtime. Unbelievable. Milan's three-pointer went in, came out, and went back in again. And we got extra basketball here at the College of William & Mary. 75 all. We're going to overtime. Boy, do we have a good one at William & Mary. This game looked over, but William & Mary fights back, looking to stay perfect in CAA play, have forced overtime. Listen to this crowd applauding the will of this William & Mary team. Matt Milan drains a three-pointer with 4 seconds left. The ball went in, popped back out, and rolled back in to tie things up. And here we are going to overtime. 5 minutes on the clock and a fresh ball game now to play between these two CAA rivals. The 96th all-time meeting is turning out to be an incredible one as the tip comes out to James Madison. Lewis corrals the pass for James Madison. Into Snowden, top of the key, guarded by Justin Pierce. Right side, Stuckey Mosley, guarded by David Cohn. He'll take it right side out. Zach Jacobs for a 3 off the back of the iron, no good. But the rebound comes right back to James Madison until Justin Pierce took it away. A couple of James Madison players were fighting for it. It popped up in the air, and Justin Pierce was right there to corral it. David Cohn looking to attack right side baseline. The layup is good. William & Mary with the lead, 77-75. And back for the other way comes James Madison. Ramon Snowden can't convert on the layup, attacking with the left hand, and back comes David Cohn. David Cohn now with 13 points on the night, right on his average. And with his 13th point, just gave William & Mary the lead. Justin Pierce pump fakes the 3. Took it on the inside, and there's a whistle and a foul. 3:54 left to play in this overtime as Justin Pierce is going to go to the line.
Justin Pierce at the foul line.
77-75. Justin Pierce at the line, looking to make it a 3-point game, and he does. Under 4 minutes left to play in this overtime. And if you're just joining us, wow, what an incredible finish. William & Mary looked to be headed for their first conference loss of the year. trailing by 6 with under 30 seconds left to play, and they force overtime on a Matt Milan three-pointer. This crowd has something to cheer for now as Matt Lewis has it right side, guarded by Raleigh, and now finds Zach Jacobs underneath. A bullet of a pass from Matt Lewis to Jacobs for the dunk, and James Madison is back to within 2. 79-77, William & Mary leads it. Now 3.5 left to play in this overtime session. David Cohn finds Justin Pierce, thought about the three, gets it back out. Cohn attacks right side, spins, puts up the floater, right hand, no good, and it's rebounded by Jacobs. Looked like a pretty good shot attempt by Cohn, just couldn't get it to fall. And here comes Matt Lewis. Three ball, left side, off the back of the iron, no good. Looked like a pretty good shot from our vantage point, just couldn't get it to fall. 3 minutes left approaching in this overtime. David Cohn hands off Matt Milan. Tony Shaver shouting out the orders from the baseline, from the bench rather. Connor Birchfield now gives it off Cohn and to Milan, left side. Back over to Raleigh, left side, guarded by Jacobs, and he'll give it back to Milan on the left wing. 10 seconds left to shoot. Milan attacks, stops, three, off the rim, no good. And the rebound comes to Stuckey Mosley, now wanting to attack down the right sideline, guarded by Raleigh. Left wing, 23 seconds to shoot. Mosley for three, and that is good. A cold-blooded three from Stuckey Mosley has James Madison back up by 1. 2:24 left in this overtime, a back-and-forth overtime session as the handoff comes to Milan, right wing. Milan attacks, finds Raleigh, and now Connor Birchfield, three off the back of the iron, no good, and he'll try again off the offensive rebound, no! And they're going to call it over the back foul on Zach Jacobs. Connor Birchfield had two pretty good looks from three. Again, one of the big stories of this game, Connor Birchfield, one of the best, if not the best three-point shooters in the nation, has not been able to find the range. Connor Birchfield on the afternoon, now 1 of 6 from beyond the arc, and had two pretty good looks to try to give William & Mary back the lead with 2:08 left to play. But Justin Pierce is to the line, looking to tie it up with a free throw. And his first free throw is all nylon. We are all tied at 80. And here comes Pierce looking to give his team back the lead. Pierce, yes sir. William & Mary with a 1-point edge, 81-80. The William & Mary bench on their feet, imploring the fans to cheer on the defense as James Madison has it. Snowden hands it off right side. Stuckey Mosley guarded by David Cohn. Mosley still with it, looking to spin inside the lane. Left-handed layup is up, no good. Rebound being fought for, and Birchfield saves it from going out of bounds. Gets it to Raleigh, and David Cohn with 1:44 left to play is going to slow things down here. Cohn bounced past to Raleigh, right wing, and now finds Cohn. Attacks, right baseline, and went into a double team and had it blocked. Matt Lewis running for James Madison. His pivot foot finds Stuckey Mosley left side, back to Lewis left wing. 23 seconds left to shoot. This has been one heck of an overtime. Matt Lewis, 19 points in the first half, crosses over inside, attacks with the left hand, no good, but they're going to say he was fouled. And that'll send Lewis to the line. He missed 1 of 2 free throws that might have given his team the lead in the final minute of the game, and he is gassed right now. You can see him with his hands on his knees, takes a deep breath, bends the knees, looking for a free throw, and it is all net. His 21st point of the night, that leads all scorers, ties the game at 81 with 1:15 left to play. Lewis' second free throw is up and good, never touched the rim. So with 1:15 left, William & Mary looking for a little bit more magic. Down by 1, 82-81. James Madison leads, and Milan looking for the three ball, airballs it out of bounds, and it's going to stay with William & Mary. James Madison's Ramon Snowden had it and tipped it right out of bounds, and it's going to come right back to William & Mary. 1:03 left to play, and we got a timeout on the floor. They might actually go to the monitor to check on this, and that looks like exactly what they're doing. So the three ball was airmailed by Matt Milan from the right side. William & Mary, I believe that was Connor Birchfield down there on that baseline, along with Snowden, fighting for it. It was tipped out of bounds, and the referees confirm it's going to stay with William & Mary. The Tribe have 18 seconds left to play, down by 1, 82-81. James Madison leads it with 1:03 left to play. In this overtime, an incredible comeback by William & Mary. Matt Milan sank the three from the right wing to tie this game up with 4 seconds left to play in regulation. William & Mary took a 4-point lead in the overtime, but credit James Madison making a few free throws and fighting back. They now lead it by 1. Now 1 minute left to play. Connor Birchfield almost traveled with it, picks it up, and there goes the give and go. Matt Milan, the layup with the left hand. 83-80, the Tribe reclaimed the lead with 52 seconds left to play. Connor Birchfield picked up his dribble on the left side of the lane, and Matt Milan wisely decided to cut, and Birchfield bounced past beautifully to Milan, who laid it up with the left hand. The James Madison Dukes never saw it coming. 83-82, and now they're looking at a clock issue. So they reset it to 54 seconds. Tony Shaver on his feet, trying to will on his William & Mary team. And of note, in the case of a jump ball, possession will go to William & Mary. 52 seconds left to play. Matt Lewis bounced pass to Snowden. Snowden guarded by Justin Pierce. Pierce picks up his dribble, finds Lewis on the right wing. 19 seconds to shoot, 42 seconds left in the game. William & Mary ahead by 1. Snowden has it right side, and it's tipped and stolen away by William & Mary. 32 seconds left to play, about a 6-second differential between game clock and shot clock, and Matt Lewis is going to foul David Cohn and send him to the free throw line.
David
David Cohn, the senior guard, sinks his first free throw to give William & Mary a 2-point lead, and what a huge free throw this would be. It would make it a 3-point lead for the Tribe. 27-second shot clock is now off. Cohn's second free throw is nothing but net. And James Madison wants a timeout. Listen to this crowd. It's been a furious comeback, a back-and-forth overtime session, but William & Mary, once down by 20 points in the first half, they trailed 45-28 at the half, looked to be headed for their first loss of the conference season. But a furious comeback in the final minute, and a three-pointer from Matt Milan with 4 seconds left to play has us in overtime. William & Mary took a 4-point lead in the overtime session. James Madison fought back to take a 1-point edge, but William & Mary with a couple of buckets from Matt Milan and a couple of free throws from David Cohn, the Tribe lead it 85-82. 27 seconds left to play. William & Mary looking to move on to 12-4 on the year and 5-0 in conference play for the first time in school history. It's all 27 seconds away. For James Madison, on the other hand, they're looking to snap a 5-game losing streak. They've lost 7 of the last 8. Their last game at Northeastern, an 80-67 loss. Last Friday, they also lost at Hofstra, 87-81 in overtime. So this would be their second overtime loss in the last 3 games if they can't find a way to pull it out. 27 seconds left, and William & Mary struts out to play some defense as James Madison needs a 3 to tie it with 27 seconds left. Matt Lewis has 21 points on the night to lead all scorers. He has it right side, and he hands off. I believe that's Stuckey Mosley. Gives it back to Lewis. Now 18 seconds left. Lewis, guarded by David Cohn, pulls up. 3-ball for the tie. Off the rim, no good. The rebound. David Cohn, and he is fouled by Lewis. And that might just wrap it up. David Cohn looking to make it his 16th and his 17th points of the night. If he can do that, would wrap up an incredible, memorable win here over James Madison inside the Kaplan Arena. Here he is at the free throw line. The crowd quiets down. Not anymore. You can bet his first free throw is up and good. 9.2 seconds left. Cone at the line to make it a 5-point game. He does, and that might just do it. 9 seconds left, 8 seconds. Matt Lewis in the corner to Stuckey Mosley. He throws it out of bounds, and that will be a comeback win for William and Mary. 3 seconds left. William and Mary with a 5-point edge. James Madison might try to foul at least one more time to give themselves a slimmer of hope. And Tony Shaver is going to want one more time out here. And again, the referees at the monitors taking a look at this. Matt Lewis, after scoring 19 points in the first half of this game, has been completely silenced in the second half. Only 2 points, and both of them have come at the free throw line. Matt Lewis, the CAA Rookie of the Week, looked to be on his way to a career night, but the William & Mary defense stifles the rookie. And William & Mary, barring an absolute miraculous turn of events, is going to move on to 5-0 in the CAA for the first time in school history. 3.6 seconds left on the clock. Justin Pierce inbounding from the opposite sideline, finds David Cone, and he is fouled by Matt Lewis with 2.3 seconds left, and that is going to be it for Matt Lewis, who fouls out of the game with 21 points. Matt Lewis looks absolutely disgusted, while this William & Mary crowd is beside itself, overjoyed. And again, we saw it with about under a minute to go. Many of these fans decided to leave the building, but anybody who left the building a little while ago missed one heck of a finish. 2.3 seconds left to go, and David Cone sinks his first free throw to make it a 6-point game, all but a formality at this point. Shakes his head, he knows it. The inbound comes to Stuckley. All he has to do is touch it, picks it up, 1 second left, free ball on the way, no good, and William & Mary wins it 89 to 82. An incredible comeback win in overtime. As the Tribe had proved to 5-0 in the conference, the first time they've ever been 5-0 in school history. A team that has never made, a program that has never made the NCAA tournament shows signs of being something special, especially after this overtime win, 89-82, as the team exits to the locker room to thunderous applause, high-fiving the fans that stuck around. It's an incredible win. And all that despite Nathan Knight fouling out of this ball game with 20 points. You thought that might have been the dagger. The will, the determination of this team to hold on in overtime is something special. 89-82, the final. William & Mary wins it, and we'll have some final stats coming up in just a little bit.
Wonders of today's technology, huh?
I know, right?
Ridiculous.
Was that his only three of the game? No, his second three of the game, I think.
You are? It's a great game.
Thank you, man.
I don't my body fist.
There were like 20 seconds left, and I was like, no, and he was like, wow, if I were there, they would have lost. The Omens left at 5 minutes.
Did they really?
They did. I got a call.
All those
Vivian!
Luckily, most of it's done. Percentage of that is terrible. Huh? Oh, he was ridiculous. Yeah, he was so poor Bonnie.
So excited. Then they gave me whole time Scott was like, what are they going to do round for? I was like, my phone. So far away on my way.
All right, this is where I'm going. See you tomorrow. Thank you. Bye.
Well, welcome back to the College of William and Mary on the sideline at Kaplan Arena, and this was a game for the ages as William and Mary wins this one by a final of 89-82 in overtime. Now, William and Mary trailed this game by 10 with 2 minutes and 30 seconds left to play. They trailed by 9 with 55 seconds left to play, and somehow, some way, a couple of fouls here or there, a couple of missed free throws from James Madison University, who now falls to 0-5 in conference play. Conversely, William and Mary improves to 5-0 for the first time in program history. And here are the final stats for you. Matt Lewis, the reigning CAA Rookie of the Week for James Madison, the freshman guard, scores 22 points on 6 of 15 shooting, 4 of 8 from three-point range, but he was absolutely held in check the second half of this game. He scored 19 points in the first half and looked to be on his way to a career night, held to just 2 points in the second half, and both of those came by way of the free throw. For William and Mary, Nathan Knight and David Cohn both scored 21 points. Now, Nathan Knight fouled out with about 3 minutes left to go in this ball game, so he ends his night 21 points, 12 of 12 from the free throw line, and 1 of 1 from three-point range. For David Cohn, the senior guard who was nothing short of stellar, who was nothing short of stable, he completely kept his composure out there, made the plays when they needed to be made, missed a layup that actually was rebounded and put back in by Justin Pierce late in the game. He made the free throws when it counted. He finishes the night with 21 points, 8 of 8 from the free throw line, 6 of 14 from the field. Now, here's another big number for you. James Madison, again, a very young team, one of the 3 youngest teams in the country. They finished 18 of 27 from the from the free throw line. So that is 9 missed free throws in a game that came down to an overtime finish. And then for William and Mary, they attempted 36 free throws and made 33 of them. That might be the difference right there. Also, second chance points rather for William and Mary, 17-0 for William and Mary. In the paint, James Madison dominated that stat, 38 to 28 points off turnovers. James Madison outdid William and Mary 18-10 in that department. All of that said, it's an 89-82 win for the College of William and Mary in overtime. William and Mary now improves to 12-4 on the year, 5-0 in the CAA. They have never done that in program history. William and Mary trailed this one 45-28 at the half. They actually trailed by as many as 20 points in this game. Now, William and Mary opened up the second half. Again, William and Mary, they average 87 points a game, which leads the CAA and is 12th best in the nation. So you had a feeling that William and Mary might come back in this one. But James Madison seemed to have this one locked up. Again, they led by 10 with 2.5 minutes left to play. They led by 9 with just 55 ticks of the clock left in regulation. The big play, though, Matt Milan. He's the fourth best three-point shooter in the nation. Shoots about 53% from 3. Was having a bit of an off night, as was Connor Birchfield. But Matt Milan squared up with about 4 seconds left in the game, down by 3. Connected on a 3 ball that went in, came back out, and then went back in again. You could, in that split second, almost feel the air come out of this building and then erupt just as soon as that ball fell down to tie the game up with just 4 seconds left to play. But again, credit the William & Mary defense, holding Matt Lewis, the reigning CAA Player of the Week, to just 2 points in the second half, and both of them came at the free throw line. He ends the night with 22 points. He still leads all scorers. More numbers for James Madison. Darius Banks has 17 points on 5 of 10 shooting from the field, 2 of 6 from three-point range, and 5 of 5 from the free throw line. Also, DeVell Phillips, who fouled out later on in the half. He fouled out not long after Nathan Knight did. He finishes the night with 12 points, 5 rebounds, and he was an athletic force on the inside. DeVell Phillips, the 6'9", 210-pound junior forward from Bowie, Maryland, he was really doing what he could on the inside. He was really working hard on Nathan Knight. Nathan Knight was playing better defense. He was much more in attack mode in the second half. Nathan Knight getting some fouls to start the second half, made his way to the free throw line again, They attempted more free throws than anybody in this game and connected on all of them, 12 of 12, and that was certainly huge for a game that ended up in overtime and then ends up an 89-82 win for the College of William & Mary. So up next for James Madison University is going to be back home for a 3-game stand. Delaware awaits on Saturday. That is a 4 p.m. start, followed by a game against Elon on Thursday, and then Drexel on Saturday. And again, for the College of William & Mary, this is a team that many people have their eyes on. This is a team that every single time they have a good start, everyone wants to ask, is this the year? William & Mary, one of 4 original Division I programs never to have made the NCAA tournament. And right now they are off to a 5-0 start in conference play, something that they have never done before, but it doesn't get any easier here for the College of William & Mary. If you look at the stats here, James Madison tonight, they win that one 89-82. Up next on Saturday is a date with Towson. Towson at 4 o'clock. Again, one of the teams that's top tier of the league. Northeastern, a team that always competes for conference regular season crowns. That one is a 7 o'clock start on January 18th. So the mettle of this team is certainly going to be tested. But after a 3-game winning streak on the road, James Madison makes it 5 straight wins. They make it 6 wins in their last 7 games. And they needed a little bit of excitement, especially a little bit of excitement considering the easy wins that they've had the last several games. Before tonight, they won at Drexel 85-63, and then they won at Delaware 90-65. Some pretty runaway wins there. And before that, they beat James Madison in Harrisonburg 84-76. Took a little bit more to take care of things this time, but William & Mary gets an incredible win in overtime, 89-82. They improved to 12-4 overall. 5-0 in conference play. They've never been there in their program's history. Meanwhile, for James Madison, they fall to 4-14, 0-5 in conference play. Well, that does it. I certainly hope that you enjoyed things here from Kaplan Arena. We certainly did, and we enjoyed bringing it to you. This was one heck of an atmosphere. It was an incredible game and an incredible win for the College of William & Mary. 89-82 in overtime. I'm Nathan Epstein.